Suzuki RP68. Small engines are as exciting and fascinating as the big ones. Back in late 60s, Suzuki developed a 50cc V-shaped 3-cylinder fed by 3 rotary valves. The output of it were amazing 19 horsepower at 20,000 rpm, and it was paired to a 14-speed transmission due to the 500 rpm wide power band. Yeah, a 2-stroke makes each horsepower feel like 2. Honda CBR250RR. Fed by a quartet of cane carbs, the MC22 is a small bike with a big name. Despite its tiny engine volume, it wasn't the best beginner's bike due to its seriousness and lively engine. It was very light, had a great top speed, and it's all about revs. Honda RC166. Honda's GP bikes are a treasure of the bikes world. Look for Honda RC series or keep watching to get to know a few. This specific one, the RC166 or a Honda 250-6, was a tiny 6-cylinder with 6 individual megaphone style exhaust tips. The engine's power peaked at 18k, but kept its pace up to 20,000. Kawasaki ZXR. A direct competitor to the MC22 was Kawasaki's ZXR, the smallest model within the Ninja lineup. Despite that, it may be the most fun, with a weight of around 150 kilos weight and a figure of 20 on the tachometer. To have the more refined version, opt for a pre-1993 models with 45 horsepower and no speed limiter. Honda RC116. The 50cc series was granted the Grand Prix status in 1962, and until 1965, Honda had no major success. That was, however, the year when the RC115 came along, and for the next season, the RC116 was its further evolution. The engine was even more oversquared, needed only 9 speeds compared to 14-speed 2-strokes, and revved up to 22,500 rpm, slightly higher than the RC115 with something over 20. Cosworth CA. Real-life used F1 engines have never reached the 20,000 RPM number, as no regulation ever allowed for that. Prior to the 19,000 RPM limit set in 2007, it was Cosworth's engine which first accomplished to hit this number on a dyno. Piston acceleration was more than 10,600 Gs, making each gram weigh more like 10 kilos. Honda RC149. One of the greatest Honda race bikes is the RC149 with less than 25cc per cylinder as a 5-banger. The bore-to-stroke ratio was quite identical to the twin-cylinder RC115's one and actually made like 273 horsepower per liter. It was partially to its incredible high rev range with a limit of 21,500 RPM using gear drive valve train. Renault and Honda V10. These F1 engines are meant to follow rules and regulations, which binds them to certain limits. As mentioned, the rev limit was set at 19k, but on a dyno there was no rule to follow, only the potential to chase. Therefore, Renault and Honda were both able to squeeze some extra revs from their V10s. An interesting fact is that these engines, to reach their displacement, have a bore-to-stroke ratio more than 2 to 1.